James, Ty talked about the space that Nico was able to give you and Kawhi to operate with in that second half. You just talk about the impact that he made on both ends.
Yeah, man, Nico did it on both ends tonight. Defensively, he was getting after it. A couple of huge block shots, chasing Murray around, switching, 1 through 5. Offensively, shooting his shot, making some good passes. He did a little bit of everything tonight, and it was a much needed win for us.
Obviously, like I said, Ty mentioned that he was able to give you more space, but it did feel like you were able to get going even before you guys made that adjustment. What was the big difference for you between Game 5 and Game 6?
Us going over our offense and what needed to be done for me to be aggressive. So we talked about it, we showed it, and we did it.
James, I believe this is the first time since the bubble that you won a game facing elimination at Game 7 in OKC. Like, what was it like for you to just say, this team, the season that y'all had, it's not ending tonight?
Just when they're home, we still had some mistakes tonight, but I think our energy defensively and even offensively, our aggressiveness was different. Which starts with me. So watch some film, get better, figure out things that I can continue to get better at, and do one more game.
And then finally, just following up, like this next game, like y'all have had the experience of playing in Denver, y'all know how tough that is, and you've emphasized starting better. Like, how does it happen?
Just gotta go do it. Just gotta go do it. I think adding shooting out there helps us offensively, and then defensively just. I think we watched film before the game, and we gave up in that first half, I think, like 30-some points just off things that we can control. And so, we correct those things, and, we give ourselves a chance.
James, sorry, back here. Ty said before the game, he kind of took it on himself that you weren't as involved in Game 5. He said, that's the scheme. I got to get him some more space.
Yep.
And yet you took a lot of the criticism afterwards. How do you take that and then move on to Game 6 and have a night like tonight?
I mean, I didn't see the criticism at all. But internally, I know what needs to be done. So I had multiple conversations with T. Lue, and even after Game 5, he came up to me on the plane and was like, I need to get you more involved. And just because I got the ball in my hands, it seems like I can just do anything. But we still got an offense to run. So tonight, the game plan was more of me being in attack mode and making sure our spacing is right. And as a result, I'll be aggressive.
Just a quick follow. I know it's late, but you did play 47 minutes. There was a yawn in there. Get some
Tired.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You got another 47, 48 in Denver?
Got to.
Or so?
Yeah, have to. Like, it is what it is. It's a part of it. So, whatever the team needs, 47, 48, overtime, whatever. I'm willing to do it.
James, on that note, you have a pretty heavy workload during the regular season and try to play with you. In what ways do you think that prepares you for now?
Yeah, definitely. Prepares your body, physically, to be able to, withstand and sustain and just, be able to, play both ends of the ball. Your legs is tired, so you've been there before. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just, finding my spots. And in the second half, they did a better job of loading to the ball, which, we'll watch film and get better at that. And then, spacing, Nico hit a big three. And just, finding more ways to attack them and be more aggressive.
That's wrong, BT. James, what does it take to win a Game 7? And what would it take for you guys to win a Game 7?
Attention to detail, for, a full game. However long that game is, whether it's regulation, overtime, but attention to detail. Like Jokic he's just special in the sense of like he can score the basketball, but he's more deadlier when he's playmaking and getting everybody else involved. You know what I mean? So it's 1 second that you think you should be helping, or you do help, you'll pay for it. So it's like you really got to be on your P's and like locked in on what you're supposed to be doing, and then it's like who you're guarding. So, for us, I think understanding what we're doing as a team, and then individually, limiting our mistakes, because whatever team can make the opposite team make the most mistakes, you give yourself a chance to win.
Thanks, James.
Yep.
Thank you.